Let's talk about Maryland's attempt to ban 3D printed firearms and homemade guns. What's up, Wolverines? It's everyone's favorite anti-influencer. You can get this on Black Swan Tactical, by the way, and investigative journalist John Crump. Today, we're going to be talking about a state-specific video. State-specific videos do not do too well with the algorithm, but they are important because what happens in one state will happen in your state next. So I need your favor to boost up on the algorithm. So if you could like this video, share this video, and let me know what you think below of this regulation. And do you think it's coming to your state, or is it already in your state? Okay, we're going to be talking about Maryland today. Maryland is going to try to ban 3D printed firearms and homemade firearms. There are two bills, and they are identical. They are HB 425 in the House and SB 387 in the Senate. It's called the Public Safety Untraceable Firearms Act. We all know unfinished frames and receivers, which are incorrectly called ghost guns, have been in the crosshairs of Everytown, Brady, and a bunch of other Michael Bloomberg front groups. And these groups have pumped a lot of money into Maryland and other states to get regulations like these passed. I can guarantee you that the politicians did not write these bills, and I would not be surprised if these bills pop up in other states with the exact wording. That's how it works. Now let's talk about what the bills say. The bill says after May 31st, you are no longer allowed to sell, transfer, or buy any unfinished frame or receiver, and you have until January 1st to get those frames and receivers serialized by an FFL. You cannot serialize them at home, and if that's an NFA item, too bad. You have to take it to a FFL to have it serialized. The FFL must serialize it with the first 3 digits and the last 5 digits of their FFL number plus another number. If you get caught with one of these items after January 1st, you can be charged with a felony, and you can be sent to prison for 3 years and have to pay a $10,000 fine for something that is completely legal today. It's insane. Now, the bill is very vague what it considers a firearm. Basically, once a project reaches a point where it's readily convertible, we've heard that before with the ATF, right, into a firearm, then it must be serialized by an FFL. Now, here's the weird thing, right? If a company markets something as being able to be completed into a frame or receiver, that is automatically a firearm, whether it's a 0% or not. So one company can advertise a block of aluminum as a blank for a firearm, and that would be a firearm. Another company could take the same block of metal and say, this is just a block of metal, and that would not be considered a firearm, and that would be completely illegal to own. Basically, it comes down to how the companies that you buy your items from chooses to advertise those items. I think the vagueness is baked in there on purpose. So basically, they can say anything is a firearm, and they can charge you with a crime, whether you are actually guilty of it or not. That's kind of what the anti-gunners want to do. They want to destroy the market of unfinished frames and receivers because they don't like you to have the ability to make your own firearm, because that defeats gun control. And I think we will always be able to defeat gun control through technology. Now let's get to 3D printing. This is where it gets really, really interesting. It bans almost all 3D printed firearms. It doesn't specifically ban them, but it says they have to be serialized. But here's the thing. It has to be on a metal part. Like, for example, Glocks and P80s have that little metal plate there. That's where it would have to be serialized. Most 3D printed firearms do not have that. And since you can't serialize the polymer part, that's going to make it very hard for people who 3D print firearms to get their firearms serialized. They are trying to kill the hobby because they are afraid of it. They are afraid of us being gun owners using technology to get around their stupid regulations. And that right there is the crux of their argument. They cannot control you. They cannot control me because we have the ability to get around their regulations. 3D printers are as cheap as $99. Micro Center had Ender 3s on sale for $99. And they are afraid that someone can go out, buy a 3D printer, buy a roll of PLA Plus, and produce a Glock-like firearm. That scares the hell out of them. And it should, because that is something that they cannot control, and they are all about control. Now, if they were freedom-loving people, it wouldn't scare them. But since they are not, and they're tyrants, that does scare them. House Bill 425 will be heard on February 9th at 1 p.m. via Zoom. If you are a Maryland resident and you want to testify about the bill, you can by signing up on February 7th between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. I will be linking a link to Maryland Shall Issue, a great organization that has more information. Senate Bill 387 will be heard on my birthday, February 16th at 1 p.m. That will be in person in the Senate Judicial Proceedings Room, and you can sign up to speak starting February 15th at 4 p.m., running through February 16th at 10 a.m. You have to be a Maryland resident, and like I said, the Maryland Shall Issue announcement will be below where you can sign up. You can get all the links and everything else from there. That is it for today. I have a locals account. You can sign up for my locals community at johncrump.locals.com. It's going to replace my Patreon and everything else. Locals is all about free speech, and they actually like guns over there. So go over to my locals and subscribe. I have two different options. The premium membership is $5 a month. You can use code Wolverines to get 1 month free, or you can just sign up for the free account. It really helps me make content, and it helps me get my word out. And I'm over there a lot. I also have a Discord. Join the Discord community. That is totally free, and it will always be free, and it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of great conversations over there. All right, with that said, stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight, and I am out of here, Wolverines, motherfucker.